can tell you wanna grab the mic because you Thursday. Hoping you gon' get some shine, but you not worthy. Let me hear you make some noise if you heard it. When you were word, placing your games to never let it be known. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Wordplay. I am your host, Swell Boogie, Swellicus, the Boogeyman, whatever you want to call it. And today we have DP1, one of the heavy hitters, turntable annihilist, and we're gonna get into all of that. I actually want to get into detail with that.
Okay.
Tell me about DP1, DJ DP1.
What do you want to know?
I want to start it from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Way before you became a heavy hitter, way before you even started DJing. I want to know what influenced you.
I used to have a crispy hairline.
Right.
So, remember
both?
when I had a hairline?
Both?
First and foremost, my brother, I love you, my brother.
I love you too, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I love you too, my
get
brother.
out
Yo,
the way.
first of all,
Salute.
all right, you saw what we just did right now. That was a handshake that he never taught me. He never taught me this handshake. He would just see me and assume I knew it, and then I just learned it.
Yeah.
I just went through the flow. That's all right. I listen to KRS-One a lot.
Okay.
And he said something that was very important to me. He said, a person giving homage to another person is very sacred.
Right.
And when I think of DP1, I think of that. Because
I appreciate that. Bless.
And it's not only giving you homage.
Right.
I've seen you give so many people homage, love and respect. Like, it's like you're one of the most humble people I know, man.
I appreciate that. Listen, I mean, it doesn't come easy. Like, every single day, I face my own demons and shit,
Yes.
right? We all do. And, through prayer, I'm not a religious person by any means, but, I consider myself like a spiritual being. Mm-hmm. But, like, every single day, from the minute I wake up to the minute I lay my head to rest and shit, I always pray and just like channel my energy to just be a better version of myself every day. Even more so, to date. Like that's my mission every day, is to just keep on learning, stay hungry, for knowledge and everything, learn from my mistakes, embrace failure, which is a lesson that it took me forever to embrace.
We're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into that.
Going back to what you were saying, I appreciate that, but it doesn't come easy. And
because I've seen you even give love to people who didn't really care to show love back or shade and all of that. And you let that shit go, and like, you know what? I still love you.
I voice it, and when it's wild crazy, I confront it.
Right.
Because I feel like I learned over the years, like, keeping it bottled up is super toxic, and I'm not trying to die with that shit. I need to let so-and-so know, like, yo, what you said that day, it made me feel this way, and whatever. And then that way, we... For
the most part, though, everybody that I know loves DP1.
Yo,
everybody.
I appreciate that.
You know DP1? That. Oh, DP1? Like, yo,
listen,
that's my brother.
I love and I appreciate you immensely. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Beyond the physical being my brother, like, you are one of my special brothers. You know what I'm saying? That I hold dear to my heart, and that I consider as a brother. Like, a lot of people, they use these words loosely. Brother, sister, this, that, whatever, crew, you know what I'm saying, fam. But like, when I
throughout
see you,
the years,
I mean that shit.
You have shown me so much love since we first met. To tell you the truth, I don't even know how we first met.
I don't
know it. It was so many years ago. You've been in the game for so long.
Yeah.
Forget about me.
Yeah.
Let's go into.
All right, listen.
All right. So look it. I want to know.
I don't want to babble.
No, listen.
Yeah,
babble.
Yeah. Okay.
Before you started DJing,
you
had to have a love for hip hop.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
What
I didn't even know what it was called.
Right. It was music that you loved and you felt it.
All right. So
and that's actually how it was.
As far back as I could remember, I just remember my pops and my moms that would always have like little house parties or gatherings. Not too crazy, but they would invite the neighbors. I actually had 2 neighbors that would come by. Abe and John, my neighbor John had passed or whatever.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But he lives He lives through the rhythm, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, he would come through. They would bring their congas. My uncle, who had passed as well, my uncle Freddie, he would be on the guitar. My other uncle Chevin, he would be on the maracas and stuff, and they would just be jamming, playing all the Fania classics. I grew up to all of that, you know what I'm saying? So Fania classics, so Hector Lavoe, Willie Colon, Johnny Pacheco and all that.
Yeah.
Ismael Miranda, Celia Cruz and all that, El Gran Combo, and then all the Motown hits, disco, funk. So I grew up with all of that, right?
Music everywhere.
Right, music everywhere, right? And I remember at the time, as I got older, Michael Jackson was the shit for a minute, you know what I mean? So I was trying to mimic him. And then as I started listening to the radio and stuff, I remember tuning into 98.7 Kiss FM, and I didn't know who it was at the moment, but as I did my research, I found out it was Red Alert, DJ Red Alert, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Red, and he was slicing and dicing, just doing these crazy transitions, cuts, whatever. I didn't know what he was doing, how he was doing it, what he was using to do it. And then, fast forward, as I was in my teens, my early teens, 13 years old, whatever, my homegirl Sabrina, she used to have like these house parties and shit with her family, and my mom was super tight with her mom, and we would, go over and just, listen to music and eat food and dance and have a good time. And she was telling me about these cats that she knew that their older brother had DJ equipment. So I was like, get the fuck out of here. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here. I was like, what DJ equipment? I was like, I've been dying to look at DJ equipment. Like, I don't even know what it looks like, So then...
How old were you?
I was about 12, 13 years old.
Okay.
Right? So then, I remember they came through. She introduced me to them. It's the Alava family, right? That's where it all starts. It all starts with that. With that initial introduction. Hey, like Danny, that's my real name, right? Danny, this is Leo, this is Dean, this is Victor, this is their mom, Maria. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, oh, shit, all right, cool. I was like, hey, Sabrina told me that you guys, got DJ equipment. Yeah, my older brother got DJ equipment. I was like, oh, man, I got to come through. Yeah, anytime you want to come through. I mean, I'm ready to come through, like, today. I think the next day or the following day, they were like, yeah, come through. I came through, checked it out. I was in awe. I was like, oh, shit, this is what DJ equipment looks like. I saw the two turntables, the mixer.
You must have been so hyped.
I was nervous. I was shaking. I was sweating. I was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, why am I acting this way? I never knew that there was a connection from the jump. I was just confused. Like, I was like, I don't know why I'm feeling this way. It's a crazy feeling, this like overwhelming feeling that's coming over me and shit. And I was telling them about the experience of listening to the radio, listening to Red Alert and all of that. And they were like, oh, yeah, you like hip hop? I was like, yeah. And then they're like, what other type of music you like? I was like, oh, well, my mom played disco and salsa and, all that stuff and funk and Motown. And I was like, oh, you like freestyle? They started letting me hear some freestyle records. I was like, oh, shit, yeah, I fucks with it. Reggae, I was like, of course,
girl.
Reggae. Yeah. Love reggae, you know what I'm saying? And then, because they live like, on Ocean Ave and Cortelyou, actually between Cortelyou and Beverly, more towards closer to Beverly.
This is out in Coney, right?
In Brooklyn. No. It's like 2 blocks away from Flatbush.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Walking distance or whatever. So, and there was a lot of people already like having house parties and playing like hip hop and reggae and house.
Yeah.
They were like
really big.
These
back
dudes
then.
were big
Yeah.
into house music.
Yes.
Like big time. So that actually rubbed off on me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Right? So freaking, I remember at that time, when I had hair and shit, and I grew my hair out. I was wearing the baggy pants and shit, the baggy like
style was it?
shirts and shit, the silk shirts and whatnot, house style. I had stomps and shit. You know what I mean? And I was pretty much inspired by them. And I remember the first time I touched the set, I was just like, I was garbage. Like I had no sense of timing.
How would you be the bomb at that moment?
You got some cats out there when they tell their story, they're like, from the first rub, you know what I'm saying? It was like on beat.
To me, that's not sincere. Like
right. But I wasn't around. I wasn't around. I didn't have anyone in my family or any cousins or friends or whatever that were like showing me nothing. It was the first time witnessing this shit. I think it was 750 Ocean Avenue. Yeah, went to their crib, and their mom was the bomb. Still is the bomb. Maria Lava, I love you so much. You know what I'm saying?
She's part of your history. Like
she's
yeah.
she's legit. Like she let us rock to like 8 a.m, letting people sleep over. We would have these parties every so often, and there was like rarely was there a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If there was like beef, it got diffused because everyone from the neighborhood and from other neighborhoods were there, and they shut it down.
And at this point, was you starting to get your blends and scratches so that
I was garbage. Like they were.
Not to cut you off,
amping
but
me up. Yeah,
but
yeah.
DP, you are one of the skillest, if that's a word, people I've ever seen on the turntables. Like
I appreciate it, my brother.
I've seen you in DJ battles.
Likewise
for
on
like,
the mic, bro.
For like Red Bull.
Yeah.
I've seen you on.
Yeah.
I've seen you on in battles at the Red Bull events, which we're gonna get into.
Right.
And you're so sharp. Your
I appreciate
technique
you.
is
Listen,
so skilled.
when I-
I'm in fan mode right now.
It looks so effortless.
So let's get back. Let's get back.
Okay, so
I had to cut you off to say that.
cut me off if I speak, because I speak in detail and shit. So you got
I love that. The fans want to hear
we
detail.
run out of tape.
The fans want to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
So check it. So their big brother Victor, he was just like, "This is my shit. I'm gonna let you practice on it.
Wow.
Don't fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? I trust you. You can only touch the equipment when one of us is around. You can't come into the room by yourself. You know what I'm saying?" And I was like, absolutely. And one of them will be in the room with me, but there'll be times where they you know, I've gained their trust so much that they'll be falling asleep and shit, because it'll literally be like 3-4 in the morning.
Right.
They'll be trying to kick
wired.
me out, and I'm wired practicing and shit with the headphones on, and their father will come and be like, in Spanish, it'll be like, you know, get him the fuck out of here. Like, I'm trying to sleep, and all I hear is click, click, clack, click, 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 clack, the fader and shit.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, they let me rock, and then when it was time to do house parties, I became a part of their clique, and they were like, you know, they mainly spun. They played. I can't even say they mainly spun. They played everything, right? But they weren't like, no one really knew how to cut like that. You know what I'm saying? They were just blending and shit. But their blend game was pretty on point, especially my man.
So you came in and started with the scratches and all that, like.
Well, I didn't know how to do none of that shit yet. I was trying to blend, and I was like sucky ducky with it. Like I was. It sounded like sneakers in a dryer and shit. It was just like fucking horses galloping and shit, you know, trampling. And I was just like trying to get the rhythm and the timing. And because the thing is that I wasn't DJing on Technique turntables. I was DJing on Gemini turntables, and them shits were belt driven, not direct drive. So it's like when you let like if you don't know what that is if you have your hand on the record with the platters right underneath, if you apply too much pressure, when you let go, it'll be like, and you gotta like kind of like nudge it.
Yeah.
So it was like real easy to fuck up. So if I tried to like bring something back, like I remember like I was like fucking with like Fushnikins and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ring the Alarm. I used to practice a lot on that record, and try to blend house music and stuff like that, like, you know, Acid Crash and Earth People and like that type of shit, right? And I would just be train wrecking, and then I started getting a little bit better, not that much better, but a little bit better. And then they just was like, "Yo, we're gonna put you on." Like I was like, "Yo, I don't wanna like drive people crazy." It's like, look, just try to keep it simple,
know how to do it.
and just try to transit. Every time I made a good transition, they'll be like, "Hey!"
Hype.
Everyone would turn around, "Hey!" And then like as we kept on doing the parties, people were like, "Yo, not for nothing, you're getting better, yo." And I'm like, "For real?" And then like to this day, they always joke around. I was like, "Yo, DP was always the type of dude." They'll be like, "Yo, how was that?" I still do that.
You still do that.
Because it comes from that time. Like I was always like, is that good enough? Or like, but so anyway, so that's how I started, right? And then
You started making noise.
Wasn't making noise yet. I realized that I had a good friend of my brother Blowout, Walter.
That's my brother right there. Yeah.
So before we even started Turntable Nihilist and everything, we had a friend named Danny, right? His DJ name was DJ Vandal. He was advanced. He was nasty with ball. His timing was impeccable, and he was a big hip hop head, and he was nasty with the scratching. Like he had this like pattern. It's like, and that was the first pattern I learned. And I was just like, yo, you gotta teach me that. Both Blowout and myself was like, all we want to learn is that cut, which is a lie. Because once you get the cut down, you want to learn everything. So it was like he taught us that shit, and like I only got a chance to practice that at his crib, or the next person that had a huge impact, which was DJ Enough, right? DJ Enough lived the next building from me, okay, right, on the 4th floor, and I would go visit a really close homegirl of mine, which I consider as my cousin. We still call each other cousins. Yeah. My cousin Mira. She was big into dancing and whatnot, and so she knew Sabrina and she knew the Alava family, and she would come to the house parties, and so whatever. Enough's crib, I became really close with him. I got cool with him, and he would let me come over. And that's when shit started to really change.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a fiend. I can't stop thinking about this shit.
Yeah.
I want to get better. I want to get equipment. I don't know where to get the shit.
Yeah.
Like, I need guidance. And then between the Lava family, Danny, which is DJ Vandal, and Enough, that's where I got my foundation. So Enough was the only cat that I knew that was doing shit, like big.
Right.
He was filling in for Red Alert at 98.7 Kiss FM. He was DJing for Biggie. You know what I'm saying? He was putting out mixtapes with Tape Kings, recording everything on DAT. You know what I'm saying? Live, one shot.
Right there under the wing.
One shot, no editing, just whatever came out.
Yeah.
Record, boom, one shot. If he fucked up, he rewinded the DAT. We started all over again.
DAT, first of all.
No punch-ins.
First of all, people don't even know what the DAT is.
DAT cassettes is like a small cassette tape, like big. And it was an actual, like a machine, not machine, but like it was a rack-mountable component called a DAT machine, specific for that. You put the DAT in, like a cassette tape, and you just hit record, and boom, you off to the races. So, and he had techniques.
Right.
And he had a big GLI mixer. Big 4-channel joint with the VU meters and shit. And he was the only dude that I knew that would get promo joints sent to his crib, right? I got a crazy story. So I used to go to his crib. I would just fucking fan out and geek out at all the shit that he had all over the room. He had records from the fucking floor to the ceiling. Multiple shelves. I think it was like 7 shelves high, full of fucking records, doubles, triples.
You're going over there and
I had nothing to my name.
Yeah, but
nothing.
no, but still, you're going over there and you have access to all these records that are probably not even released yet.
Dude,
a lot of them
were white label that said test press. Yes.
And it says test pressing on it.
Or for promotional use only.
Yeah.
No artwork. You know what I'm saying?
Artwork. Just like this. This is it.
So I remember in the mail, he got Protect Your Neck. And I was like, Protect Your Neck? What the fuck is this? Wu-Tang Clan, who the fuck are they? He puts the record on the turntable, and you hear the... You know what I'm saying? Yo,
smoke
and then,
on the mic like smoking
Joe Frazier, the Hellraiser, raising hell with the flavor. Yo, I was like, who the fuck are these guys? These dudes are amazing. And it was just like bars back to back going for the kill, like on some
gritty too,
gritty,
real like
samurai,
not trying to clean up or.
Yo, it was crazy. I was just like, immediately became a fucking fiend, and I was like, yo, I started like trying to like, where can I find out more of these guys, or like where how can I hear more of their music? So I would start going to the record shops and shit, like Fat Beats and Beat Street.
It wasn't out. It
wasn't out. Music Factory, the only people that were playing it at the time was Stretch and Bob.
Right.
Because they physically went to Stretch and Bob, 89 Tech 9, and dropped off a copy.
Yes.
And Bobito played the shit. He was the first one to play that shit. And then after some time, then Flex ended up playing it.
Right.
And that's when their career said, psh,
took off.
You know what I'm saying? So I remember I was and around that time, Juice came out. And I went to go see that shit, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Yo, the battle scene."
The movie Juice.
The movie Juice. Yeah.
Okay.
Nah,
That's with Tupac.
Right, Tupac, and yo,
with a bunch of hip hop artists in that movie too.
Yo,
it's a big hip hop
it
movie.
was-
All
yo.
right, so look at
so that's how I got my start as a DJ.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And wait. So real quick, so I was like, "Fuck this shit." I'm tired of feeling like I'm like being a burden, even though I know I wasn't, but it just felt weird, like
tagging along,
hitting
not having
people
your own thing,
up,
yo.
waiting for them to be available. Yo, nah, not today. A week goes by, I can't train, I can't practice. I was like fiending.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I was tossing and turning in my bed. Like I was like, yo, I want to do this shit.
Yeah.
I want to fucking do this shit. My mom had a stereo player in her crib. It was like, I think it was called York or some shit.
Yeah.
And it was like an all-in-one, like tape deck, phonograph, all that, whatever. I destroyed that shit. I took her salsa records and whatever Motown records, disco records, and I was like, I learned how to transform because I figured out if I held the tape button with one finger and then tap the other button, the phono button with my index finger, I would hit the sound would cut in and out. And that's how I learned how to transform. So I was like,
Wow.
I destroyed her fucking turntable.
my
She didn't want to play
God.
records after that.
I thought, wait. So, yeah, you see.
Wait.
hold on,
So
no.
one thing. So I hit up.
Wait, what you gotta explain is that people don't know what transforming is.
So
Like,
transforming.
it's a sound.
It's a
that you
sound.
make.
Like
And-
just like the Transformers. Yeah.
And it's a technique that is very hard to do. And you're-
Rhythmically, yeah.
And
Rhythmically
you
it's
just
hard to
learned
do.
how to do it on.
Well, no, I was shit with it at first, and then I was like, and I just kept on. And the thing is, my method of practice is drilling. Like I just drill.
That's why
I
it's so
don't care
sharp.
how annoying it is. I take breaks. I fucking get frustrated. I get something to drink. I come back to it. Drill for hours, right? And then, so I remember I hit up Victor, and I was like, "Yo, what's up, man?
Nah,
I
that's
want to
Van. But who was Vic?
Victor Alava, right?
Okay.
The first
Okay.
guy, with the DJ equipment, the Gemini set. I was like, if you selling anything, let me know, or let me know where I could buy. He was like, actually, I'm selling one of my mixers. He had a 3-channel joint, a Gemini joint. That's I'm so pissed at myself. I wish I still had that shit. I would have framed that shit because I put a lot of work in that shit. Jazzy Jeff ended up coming out with his own rendition of it a few years later, but it was a 3-channel Gemini joint with the VU meters with the wooden panels. All y'all real DJs know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I bought that shit off him for $60. And then I was going out with a chick from Brownsville. No, from East New York. Unfortunately, her brother had passed away from cancer.
Rest in peace.
But he was heavy into the DJ shit. He had 2 DJ sets. He had the Technique turntables, which they were not trying to give away. Then they had the Gemini turntables, which I was familiar with. And they were like, do you want them? I was like, absolutely. It will be an honor. So I took them. I don't even know what I did with them. But I trained on them shits. And it was super hard to do anything on it. Like I'm telling you, like anytime I would release the record, it would take a minute to like. My mom ended up going to Nobody Beats the Wiz. I just want to get this last thing out. So Nobody Beats the Wiz. It's not even here anymore, right? That shit is gone. And she bought a turntable for me. They definitely beat her over the head with the price, but she was, because she asked me a serious question. She was like, why are you doing this? I was like, I don't know, Mom. I love music, and there's something about this that is I find interesting, very intriguing and shit. I want to learn more. What are you gonna do if no one else is doing this? I was like, I guess I'll be the only one doing it. And she was like, all right, say no more. So she went to Nobody Beats the Wiz. She bought a turntable, and then my ex-girl at the time, another girl, ended up going half and half. And that's how I still have that set. I still have my first pair of Technique turntables.
What year was this?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But so the second turntable, I went with my boy Leo, from the Lava family. He came with me to Rock and Soul, and I bought that shit from Rock and Soul. So I got one turntable from Rock and Soul, and the other one from Nobody Beats the Wiz. And that was it. That was life changing. And I looked at him and I was like, this is what I want to do. And he was like, we were high-fiving each other. He was like, yeah. And I got better, and I just kept on training. I went to Enough's crib, and he was like, oh, shit.
That's what
Okay.
we're going to get to.
Yeah.
So fast forward, now you're making a name for yourself. You got people knowing who DP1 is. And
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah,
kind of, sort of.
Yeah, but you were still making noise. And then you became a heavy hitter.
Okay, so that Heavy Hitters came way later. That was like around 2000.
I want to know the full
2000,
detail on
2001. So, all right. So, because I was rolling with Enough, like, I was with him pretty much all the time, you know, like, he was the only person that I knew that was actually doing something with this music shit, like, like for real. Everybody else was kind of just toying with it or just, like, doing it as, like, a side hobby. Like, they had their day jobs. And then they would, you know, come home, practice, and then they would do a party, a house party. It wouldn't really be anything professional for the most part. It'd just be a house party with a lot of friends, a lot of food, drinks, chicks, whatever. We'll just have a good time and rock out to like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the morning, whatever, like that. But Enough was like serious with it. He was putting out mixtapes, you know, getting artwork done. He was like having meetings with people. At the time, there was no Heavy Hitters. Heavy Hitters was non-existent. He was down with Flip Squad. No.
Yeah.
Was it Flip Squad?
Whatever. Go.
Right. And I think it was Flip Squad. And it was Jessica Rosenberg or Rosenblum. I don't know
who that is.
She used to manage the group, and it was Flex. It was Riz. I think Cap was down with it too, and maybe Doo-Wop, a couple of people, but Enough was definitely down with that. So I would just be going to Enough's crib, building with him. A lot of artists would come through, you know, rhyming and stuff like that. He'll record them, and we used to watch. I remember this is another life-changing thing for me. We used to sit in his living room with my man Haitian Pat. You know what I'm saying? And my man Aunt Boogie and whatnot, Antoine. We would sit in the living room, and he would pop in a VHS tape of the DMC battles. And I was like, what the fuck is this? He was like, it's a DJ battle. I was like, oh, shit.
And that was huge.
And I was like, oh, shit. This is what I want. That's when I realized, for sure, this is what I want to do.
My life.
So I think that moment actually happened before I bought my turntables, so I missed a piece.
Okay.
But when I saw that, that's when I went to Rock and Soul and I got the other turntable and I completed my set, and then I was like, yo, I'm a train. Because when I saw, you know, our brother Grandmaster Rock Raider, Rob Swift, Exotic E, Diamond J, Steve D, and Miz, and
doing
all
the
these
most
dudes,
incredible things you never seen before.
Hubert, Mixmaster Mike, Apollo.
They were doing things you were like, wait, what did he just do?
DJ
on
Noise,
a turntable.
DJ Noise, Swamp. I was just like, yo, Rectangle. I was like,
it's over. Yeah.
This is what I want to do. Right here, whatever this shit is, I want to learn how to do this shit. So I just kept on, started doing house parties. And then from the house parties, I ended up getting hired to do a couple of events. I was getting jerked. I was doing shit for free, working out payment agreements. At the end of the night, they wouldn't want to pay me. Almost getting into fights and shit.
Yep.
My first residency was the Buddha Bar every Monday, and I was opening up for Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
Around that time, he had started his own label called Dolo Records, and I was DJing in there with a Japanese dude who was phenomenal, who ended up passing away. His name is DJ Hero.
Rest in peace. Yep.
And it was Adam Lublin. I think that's his name, Adam Lublin, and this dude named Elijah. Elijah was a whack dude. He tried to jerk me on my money, so me and him were like, we were never cool after that. But Enough used to be very supportive. He would show up, and heads from like, you know, record label reps would come through from like Bad Boy and Relativity and drop off records and stuff like that. And over some time, it was really our brother DJ Threat, God rest the dead. You know what I'm saying?
You know a lot of people that passed away.
Yeah. Passed away, yeah. But you know, we keep them alive through
absolutely.
Through reflecting and you know, reminiscing and whatnot, and just listen to music, because you can find them. I always feel like energy never ceases, only changes form. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yep.
And you can feel people through the music and shit, through the rhythm.
Right.
So anyway, so Threat was brainstorming with Enough. This is true story, right? Enough wanted to be down with the Big Dog Pitbulls
Right.
originally.
Yeah.
He had a
I remember
talk
that.
with Flex. Flex wanted to go in a different direction with it. And he pretty much turned him down. And he was butthurt about the shit. He was just like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And
Like, I've been paying my dues.
and-
I've been
yeah,
doing
exactly.
everything.
Like, yo, I
Yeah.
DJ for Biggie. Like, yo, like,
Right, yeah.
what's up? You know, like, I'm doing my thing. I'm on the radio. I'm filling in for Red. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? So, you know, Flex wanted to, you know, go in a different direction with it. And I felt like, you know, all right, you know, this dude, he don't want me to be down for whatever reason, whatever. Threat was like, yo, fuck all that. We're going to start our own shit. He was like, what are you talking about? He's like, we're going to start our own shit. We're going to call it the Heavy Hitters. We the Heavy Hitters. He's like, what the fuck you mean Heavy Hitters? He's like, yo, we heavy because, you know, they were
Yeah.
heavy in weight.
Yep.
And we hit hard and shit, you know,
Right.
when we play. Plus they were big time baseball fans and shit. You know
Yep,
what I'm saying?
yep.
They were big into sports.
The logo is
Right. So
Right.
it all kind of made sense. So then before they even spoke to me, they spoke with Pat, Haitian Pat. And they were like, yo, what's up, Pat? Threat was like, yo, what's up, Pat? What you doing? It's like, you want to be a part of this? He was like, absolutely. So Pat, you know, he was always around enough, helping him out with the crates and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
going
crates,
with-
which we got to break
crates.
down. You crates,
Records, yeah.
milk crates. What we would put
These
records
joints in.
in to go to a party and DJ. So if you wanted to DJ all night, you would have to have what 10 of these or something like that, something ridiculous.
Crates?
Yeah. If you wanted to
Anywhere
DJ a
between
whole
six-
night,
6 to
10
10.
crates carrying to a fucking club.
This big, full of records. And them shits is like 50 pounds or more each.
Yeah. Go.
You know what I'm saying? So then, so it started really with Threat, Enough, and Haitian Pat. And then, and also Antoine. Because Haitian Pat and Antoine were
Also,
always,
even Camelo came later.
right. So Camelo was next, right? It was Threat and Enough first. Then as assistants, it was Haitian Pat and Antoine. And then they were brainstorming about who they should put down. And I remember them. Enough was telling me the story where Camelo was coming around the corner. I think he was making his way over to the station.
Yeah.
And was it?
It was Hot 97.
Yeah, it was Hot 97 at the time.
Because the other ones didn't exist
Right.
at
And
that
Threat
time.
Threat was on. Threat
Yeah.
was on Hot 97. He was rolling with Rough Riders and shit at the time. And he was like, yo, we're going to start this crew called the Heavy Hitters. He's like, what the fuck is that? He's like, you know, that's what we're going to call ourselves. And he was like, you down? He was like, fuck it. At the time, Camelo was representing Strictly Live, which is DJ Yuda, Spin
Yuda,
One.
yeah,
right?
Spin.
Which DJ
right.
for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Shouts to Spin One. That brother is an animal. He's a beast. One of my favorite DJs of all times, hands down. And yeah, man. So then they asked me, and I was like the young buck. You know what I'm saying? They was like, yo, D, what's up? You know, you on the block, but like, what you trying to do? I was like, I want in. Like, you know,
You didn't even care what the name was.
I was like, I want in.
You
like,
was
like,
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 it's
like,
DJing,
I'm a
it's
roll with
parties,
you guys. Like,
let's
I
do
love
it.
you guys. Like, I love how y'all rock, and you know, I'm a fan of how y'all rock, and I want to learn. I want to get better, and that was the Heavy Hitters. That was it. It was Threat, Enough, Haitian Pat, Antoine. Haitian Pat and Antoine were like, you know, assistants and shit. You know what I mean? And DJ Camelo and myself. Everyone else came after. A lot of people don't know this.
Yeah.
So when they
That's
meet
why I
me,
said
they're
you
like,
gotta
"Oh
talk
shit,
about
you know, you were down, you know, you just became a member." Like, nah, man, I'm like
Been down. Original
been down
member.
from the beginning. And then, you know, shortly after that, I don't know, not in the specific order, but then, you know, Lowball and
A lot of
L
other-
Bugs and
They
Cass
had a
One.
whole camp.
You know, the list goes on and on.
But then it went from doing that to your own crew,
Right.
which
So-
was Turntable and Nihilist.
So Turntable Nihilist was started before Heavy Hitters.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I didn't know
Yep.
that. See?
Yeah. So Turntable Nihilist, big
Which
shots.
was you, Blowout.
Well, before Blowout, it was actually my man Chak Nasty, my man Terry.
Okay.
Bananas. This dude was a beast. He used to go to he used to attend
Go ahead, just go. Don't
Stony
think
Brook.
about it. All right.
He used to attend Stony Brook. And we chopped it up. We knew a lot of the same people, but he was really advanced, and he was one of the funkiest dudes I've ever met. Like on the turntables, he was like just busting out all these rhythms, and the way he would manipulate the records, I was just like, yo, this dude's a fucking animal. So we would train, and he would like help me build my confidence, because I always had an issue with my confidence. I always drove people crazy with, yo, how was that? Yo,
Shut up, you're
shut
dope.
the fuck up, it's dope.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. So that's why it takes me forever. Still to this day, I'm better, but still to this day, it takes me long to put out
Shut
shit.
up. I don't want to hear that. Like,
Whatever, right? So it was Chak Nasty and myself, and then we were brainstorming, and then we passed the idea. We ran the idea by blowout, and we were like, yo, what's up with turntable annihilists? It's like, yo, is that even a word? Like, annihilate is a word, but annihilists, it's like, yo, we annihilate shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we set shit on fire. And then he was like, I like that. So then at the time, I remember I was working for, I think it was Rite Aid or Pathmark and shit. And I met my brother Brian, which later was known to be DJ Explore. Actually, no, his first DJ name was DJ Shogun, and he changed it to Explore. And I remember we were working a shift, and I think he was either coming. No, I think he left. He left or whatever. And the manager, for some reason, she felt like she could just talk shit around me or whatever. And she was like, I need to let go of some people. So she was plotting on firing him. So she was going to let him come in, do his shift, work his shift, and then she was going to fire him. I was like, nah, fuck that. He had a kid coming on the way. You know what I'm saying? He had a kid on the way. And I was like, nah. So I was like, yo, my man, I'm going to give you a heads up. You didn't hear it from me. Chick is trying to fire you. He's like, oh, where? I was like, I know you got a baby on the way, so I want to let you know you need to start looking for something now. Right. So then you don't get
the heads up.
You don't get fucked up.
Yeah.
And he was just like, all right, yo, I appreciate that. So off that, we became tight, and we developed a friendship. We started training together, and then we ended up putting him down with the crew. So then that became Turntable Nihilist. It was Chak Nasty, Blowout, myself, and Explore. DJ G.I. Joe came way later. You know what I'm saying? Way later. When Chak Nasty left the crew,
that's when Joe came in.
G.I. Joe ended up taking his place.
Which is another incredible.
A huge asset. He's
one of my closest.
That's my brother.
Yeah, I love
one of my best friends, one of the illest DJs of all time. One of the most creative individuals. I mean, from production to MCing to... He was actually one of the illest B-boys in Massachusetts at one point.
We're going to get into that.
Hold
on.
Yeah.
So, shout out to DJ G.I. Joe.
I
love you, my brother. So you start doing all these tours. Now you're doing big things. Later. No, forget about that. Fast forward. Now you're doing all these tours. Right. You're working with all these artists.
Right.
Now, you told me a story one time when you was on tour with Lauryn Hill, but that was like a big mess from my understanding.
Okay, so
I remember you was like, yo, swell, man, working with Lauryn Hill it's tough. I'm not saying
she's a genius.
100%, yeah.
A genius. She's a fucking genius. She's one of the illest MCs, one of the illest vocalists, one of the illest musicians I've ever met in my life.
Right.
When I got that gig, it was actually my man Chocolate, he used to be the drummer for Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk. He gave me a call. He was actually at rehearsal and was like, yo, you need to get your ass to Jersey. Lauryn Hill's looking for a DJ. I was highly recommending you. I don't know how the fuck you going to get her here. I don't know if you drive. You need to get your ass over here. So my manager at the time.
Imagine that, yo.
My manager at the time, my man James Ellison. Shout out to James.
And at this time, Lauryn Hill is
popping.
Lauryn Hill.
Right. Yeah. Right? But she was a bit damaged. Like her soul, her spirit was damaged because she was going through a lot of shit.
I'm talking about like back-to-back drama.
And I'm not gonna speak on that because I don't really know.
Yeah, that's a whole different story.
I met her when she was like on the cusp of getting out of that, whatever she was going through. Right? She was like trying to tour again. She was trying to, write new music and stuff. Still performing music off the Miseducation album, but she was trying to, create new music or whatever. A lot of acoustic stuff or whatever. So anyway, I went to the rehearsal. Did my thing. I guess she was just trying to make sure I was in pocket, that I knew how to count bars and shit. Yeah. A lot of DJs don't know how to fucking count bars.
A lot of everybody don't know how to count bars.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I met the most talented musicians I've ever met in my fucking life. Yeah. I'm talking about on every instrument possible. Percussion, keys.
A-list.
They played with Prince, yada 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 yada.
Yep.
Even the vocalists, her backup singers, top notch.
And you're
A.
there. You're
and
in
I'm
that
there,
room.
and I'm geeking like and I'm
what
looking
am
at,
I doing here?
But the icebreaker was my man Chalk, because he was like,
he was the drummer.
He was just slapping away on the drums and shit, right? And he was just like, yo, don't be nervous, just do your fucking thing, and that's it. I was like, bet, boom, did my thing. It's like, yo, when she tells you to come, to bring in that flavor, just bring that shit in, be in pocket, start on time, end on time, don't be late. Just that, whatever. So, I was like,
so
cool.
technically, he's giving you a warning.
Yeah, he was
fair warning.
Nah, he looked out tremendously. So she heard me. Next thing you know, they're like, you got a passport? You got do you have a criminal record? I was like, nah. You could travel anywhere. I was like, absolutely. They was like, I bet. I got the gig. Our first gig was in California for the Cartier, the watch company.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It was an outdoor event. And that's when I started to like feel a little iffy about it, because I was super hyped about it. We flew out there, boom, boom, boom. She has so many musicians and then the DJ rig, the setup takes up a lot of space. Keyboards, they take up a lot of space. Organs, drum kits, they take up a lot of space.
By the time
I'm ready to set
you're
up,
still in the dressing room.
There's no room. So I'm just like, yo,
you're DJing from the dressing room.
I'm not gonna fit on this stage. So she was like, you're gonna have to set up next to the audio engineer.
What's
so
the point?
It was a fucking platform with the band, and I literally set up next to the audio engineer. It was like maybe like a city block long. Like that's how far.
That doesn't even make sense.
Away.
What's the point of you being there?
Like you could see the stage, but it was like pretty far away. So I had to wear 2 sets of headphones, 1 set listening to what Chalk and them are listening to, and then the other set listening to the record that I got to cue in. And now I'm queuing in music for the band to play over. So if I bring that shit in off beat, I'll fuck up the show. So I was,
God.
I was like, my deodorant wore out. I had circles under my shirt. I was drips. Mind you, I had a button down with a tie and all that shit.
I would freak out.
I had my labret pierced, and she told me to take my labret out.
Yeah,
and I was like, because she wanted the clean look, and I was like, ain't nobody gonna see this shit on me. She was like, you have to take it out. I had to take, and I just got my shit pierced. I had to take my labret out, and I nailed it though. No mistakes.
Of course.
But I was like shaking. I was like, oh my god. I was like, do not fuck up. Do not fuck up.
All right.
I was like,
all right.
Don't fuck this up.
Audience. This is. Understand that we're talking about Lauryn Hill.
And you couldn't call her Lauryn Hill. You had to call her Miss Hill.
Miss Hill.
And she was a germaphobe. You couldn't shake her hand.
Oh,
I heard she's changed a lot since then.
Well, whatever.
She's not like that no more.
Right, whatever. Go.
She was never mean to me, but it was just weird to be around that. Like I couldn't shake her hand. She was like, "Hey, how you doing?" When you spoke to her, you had to say Miss Hill. You couldn't say Lauren, L Boogie, none of that. And when she spoke to me, she never said Danny or DP1. She referred to me as DJ.
Oh, okay.
So she was just like, hey, DJ, I like what you're coming up with. Work on this, that, whatever. For the next rehearsal, come up with this, that, whatever.
Oh, that's not cool.
Not cool. You know what I mean? And so I rocked with it. It was the highest paying gig I ever had DJing for an artist. With that money is what I used to buy Serato and to buy my first laptop.
That's when you was
because
wildin'.
I remember when on one of the shows, the Fugees performed.
Yeah.
And I was playing vinyl, and the record skipped.
Ooh.
And I was like, I heard about Serato at the time, and I was like, nah, fuck this.
Never
I'm
again.
getting this. Once I saw Jazzy Jeff and Kid Capri and
when they jumped on board,
I was like, I'm getting this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I put my whole crew onto it, and
so
they lost it. They bugged out.
It was several things that made that better. It was not having to carrying crates as much anymore. Records not skipping.
I was gonna say Cash Money was using it too, and I was like, yo, these motherfuckers are using this shit. I'm getting this shit.
Yeah, let me just jump on board.
But I would have stayed with the gig, right? I really had big plans with this gig. I wanted to record an actual mixtape with her. Never got around to do that. I wanted to get drops with her. I wanted to like produce music with her. Never got around to do that. Maybe if I would have just
toughed it out a little bit
if I would have toughed it out and not get caught up in my emotions, I would have probably rode that shit till the wheels fell off. But the thing is that she was she was letting people go. Right. I'm talking about people that had history, phenomenal musicians, gone, replacing them like just with a blink of an eye, gone. Like I would show up to the next rehearsal, new person on keys, new person in percussion, new drummer. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was
man.
I'm not any more special than these guys. You know, she's probably going to end up getting tired of my sound and she's going to let me go.
I think one time you told me that you guys did like a whole long rehearsal without her. She comes in and then says what?
She comes in 4 hours later or so.
Right.
And she's like, I want to change it up.
The whole thing. Ugh.
After we been practicing it practicing the show a certain way, trying to get all the transitions on point, the timing, all that stuff. She's like, I want to make this bridge longer. I want to cut this song completely out. I want to.
That's a whole nother day of rehearsing.
And we're like, what from scratch, fuck, yo? But she's the artist.
Yeah, of course.
So what do we say?
Right.
So I'm rocking with it. But listen, I was getting paid like $700 a show.
Right.
And I was like, wow. Because all the other shows that I was doing was mainly for like underground MCs. Big shouts to my brother that I miss and love dearly, my brother Pumpkinhead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? AKA
Rest in
PH.
peace. Rest in peace.
Resting in the rhythm, my brother.
Right.
His birthday was just past, September 17th.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
G.I. Joe's birthday was on the 17th too. And Blow's birthday was on the 10th. But yeah. Virgo.
All right, so check it out. You was doing all these gigs. You working with all types of artists. Yeah. What I learned about you, hanging out in your crib and all that, was that you was really detailed in music and in general. And I'm sitting back.
I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah. You're
you
nerdy.
Too. You're crazy too.
No. I'm probably the most sane person I know out of everybody.
No, listen. In order to do this music shit for real, and to like really like get deep with this shit, you gotta be a little top.
Yeah.
You have to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of the greatest musicians,
crazy,
from various genres, are fucking nuts.
Right. So let me tell you the story.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to tell people the story that this is how hip hop DP1 is. That I'm telling him this story. Like, so back in the days, we used to have to clear samples, and Arsonist, we released a record. And the song was called Pyromaniacs. Okay. And we're not going to talk about the sample or whatever, but we had to clear a specific sample. And in the process of clearing that sample, I'm telling you this story in your house, right? And I'm sitting back and I'm like, yo, before we cleared the sample, we press released maybe 200 to 300 copies.
And I said, hold up.
Wait, hold on. So I'm like, which is whatever. That was the norm. So those press releases will get released to DJs before the record came out, and then the record came out. The thing is that we released the press release, and the sample clearance people came back to us. It was like, y'all dead it.
Cease and desist, right? Yeah.
We're not clearing this sample.
Right.
We got threatened.
Right.
We got threatened. It was a big company. I'm not gonna say the name.
Right.
And they were like, listen, if you guys do not just change the record, we're going to make an example out of you hip-hop guys.
Right.
So we had to change the whole song completely.
And I got both versions.
And released it then. You messed up. So DP is sitting there, and he's like, wait, what's the name of the song? And I'm like, yo, it's called Pyromaniacs. And he's going through his record collection, and he's like this, and he pulls it out, and he goes, is it this one? And I'm like, wait a second. So hold on. You mean to tell me
you got this shit,
worldwide, there was only about 200 to 300 copies, and DP1 is one of the people who have the original copy.
Fucking hell yeah.
Of the song that was never released.
Right.
On vinyl.
Right.
That blew my mind.
And I got both versions.
Right.
And I don't know why I put up 3 fingers, but I got both versions.
And you played the record, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, my story was completely useless because I'm trying to tell him that this copy, no one has it. And then you just looked at me and said, suck a dick. I have this.
Yo, actually, I think I met you guys. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think I met you guys through PH, through that circuit. because at the time
that sounds
I was
maybe
DJing.
Right.
I'm forever his DJ, to I Transcend and Beyond.
Yeah.
But I remember New Eurekan Poets Cafe and all the underground hip hop shows. Listen, the Arsonist, hands down, had one of the best live shows to date.
Thank you.
Energy,
Appreciate that.
the choreography, the fucking,
We had a lot going
the
on.
creativity.
It was a lot, yeah.
Everybody had their own unique style. Nobody sounded. There was not one replica. Everybody was their own man. And the production was crazy. They had a fucking ridiculous DJ Spin One. One of my favorite records of all time from the Arsonist is Blaze. The fucking lyrics, the cuts, crazy. I was gonna bring that. I was actually gonna bring that joint. I couldn't. It was one of my crates.
Yeah, you came here with all these.
But yeah,
these records,
I have pretty much almost all the records, all the records
yeah.
that you came out with.
These are a few of the Arsonist records that
Yeah.
he walked in with and blew my mind. I was like, what are you doing with that? And mind you, these are all press release. These are not even the actual vinyl copies.
Oh, for real?
No, these are
wow.
all this is the before they got released.
Oh, shit, okay.
Which is way more impressive than having the Arsonist record. Just having this is so impressive, man. Like you blew my mind with that.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
blew my
listen,
mind
I'm a
with that.
fan. I'm a fan. I love you guys. And
Thank you.
to me, in my heart, when it comes down to skills, to bars, to just putting out quality product and just having the full package, because there's people that put out good music, but then when
Right.
you see their stage show, they're shit.
Right, or
They're
vice versa.
They're boring.
Yeah.
Or their stage show is phenomenal, and
you
then
go by the album, and you're like,
you're
what
like,
am I
what
listening
the fuck
to?
is this? Like, is
Yeah.
this the same person? So it's just like, damn. So, but yo, not with you guys, man.
Thank you.
Anything
Thank
you guys lay down in the booth, and then I would see you guys live show, I would have chills, like, yo.
First rap of this age stage. Get caught with rage. Late stage, stage, make them say game is rare. Number one is a joke, it's flavor flavor. This ain't game, DJ pop. I go bonkers, I go bonkers, I go bonkers. The time is now. I go bonkers, I go bonkers, I go bonkers. The time is now. I go bonkers.
The whole flame thing, like just being fire with your shit. The Arsonist, Turntable Annihilus. Our logos are very similar. We fucking setting shit on fire.
Yeah,
Like, I
we
think,
had
yeah.
always had a good energy towards each other. I wanted to know, like, the struggle.
Yeah.
There was a point in my life where I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not making no money. Have you ever been in a position where you wanted to quit hip hop or DJing and be like, you know
Absolutely.
what? This is not for me.
Absolutely.
This is not for
Listen.
me. I got to move on with my life. I got to make some money to provide for my family. Has that happened to you?
Absolutely.
What was the
Absolutely.
turning point, and how did you get past that?
Well, to this day, I still battle with depression. I think a lot of people in music battle depression. You know what I'm saying?
And mind you, that's not, no matter how good you are or how much people love you,
How
if
much
you're
money you
feeling
got.
that depression, it's a domino effect.
You
So
get
go on.
sucked in to the depths of that fucking dark ocean, was like pitch black, and you don't want to fucking do a motherfucking thing. You don't want to be creative. You don't want to pick up your phone. Everything's going all your calls are getting forwarded to a voice message.
That could have been a lot of gigs.
A lot of potential gigs.
Yeah.
People's just trying to check up on you. I'll get up. I would sleep over 10 hours in the dark with the fucking shades closed, no sunlight. I'll get up to use the bathroom and maybe to get something to eat, and because I love my food. And but as far as turning my set on, calling people back, people be pissed off. Like, yo, what the fuck? I was calling you like I was trying to find out, And I'm just like, so, people that understood, I gelled with, and people that judged me for it, we probably don't even speak anymore because they thought I was just making excuses. But depression is a serious thing. I mean, I've lost some homies to it. They actually took their own lives and shit, you know what I mean? And it's so, when I feel it, I know how to deal with it better now. In 2019, I feel like I'm in control of it. When I feel it coming, like, I check it, I talk about it, I get it off my check. I get it off my chest.
Give me something.
And I keep
give me
it
something
pushing.
that helps you. How do you check it? What do you do on that instant?
I'm like, yo,
depression is knocking on your door. What's your first move?
Right now, it's a different time and space for me because I now am a proud father of a baby boy.
Right, it's not about you now.
It's not about me anymore.
Right.
So when I look at him, that is like my reality check. I'm like,
right, homie,
snap the fuck out of it.
You better check yourself.
You don't want to pass that shit on to him, and he's a camera.
This
like,
is brand new.
Is a sponge.
This is brand new.
He's brand.
You
He's
don't want to
brand
pass
new.
that down.
You don't want to download all your corrupted files into his fresh hard drive. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude, he's learning. Everything's new to him, and he's fucking paying attention. So get that shit together. And when I feel it, I might let myself feel it for like 5-10 minutes or something, and then I'm like, all right, let's go. We gotta keep it moving. There's no time for it. You know what I'm saying? And music, man, music, and my brothers and sisters and my music family is really what, you know. Honestly, without like getting too emotional, it's one of the reasons why I'm still alive.
Right.
If you take music away from me, you know, at the time when I was going through depression heavy, I was drinking. I ain't like the person I was becoming. I was never a violent person, but it started to steer me in that direction. My father used to drink. My father is no longer here because he just didn't stop drinking. He didn't take care of himself.
Same here. My dad.
You know what I'm saying?
Exact thing. Yep.
Great dude. Made a lot of mistakes, just like we all did.
Yep.
But he never allowed himself to get past his mistakes and his failures. He let that shit eat him up. And then, you know, alcohol is a depressant, so it only makes shit worse.
Yeah.
So you spiral out of control. But his savior was also music. He was a big-time salsero. Maracas, conguero, all that shit. He would blast his Latin music and whatnot. But he could not get past his dark energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wouldn't want to leave the crib. He wouldn't want to do shit. So a lot of time was wasted, to say the least, between me and him. And I'm his only son. So I'm trying to change the narrative here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, like, break the chain and be like, yo.
Technically, it kind of passed down to you because you would get in your depression mode.
Yeah. And I didn't know where it was stemming from.
Right. But we don't think about that till you have your own kid. So now you have your own kid, and if it comes in, boom.
But there were times, like, you know, it's like a lot of people don't realize how, like, it takes more effort to be a positive individual. You know what I'm saying? To be a more in-tuned individual, spiritual individual.
It's very easy to be depressed and
than
down
to be a
and
dark
negative.
individual. You don't got to do
So
shit.
easy.
It takes no skill, no effort.
Yes.
You just let the shit overcome you. And dark energies love that shit. They love feeble-minded people. That's where the dark energies seep in through your brain. And then it just overcomes your whole entire shell, and then it rots your spirit from the inside out, and then you just become this dark energy, this walking, talking, breathing, you know, vessel of dark energy. And you know, I felt like I was becoming that.
Right.
And I was like, nah, fuck that.
Nah.
Hell no. I was blessed. I have phenomenal friends. I have phenomenal brothers and sisters. Blowout, you, Joe, Mozzie. All right? You know what I'm saying? Explore, Mira. You know, the list goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? My man Cause, Haitian Pat. You know, so
many people that love
so
you.
many people.
So many
you know,
people love
the
you,
Alava family, Sabrina, you know, Cynthia, all these people. You know what I'm saying? Erickson, Lolo. So, like, I got all these people, and, you know, we all lift each other up, and we all go through it.
Right, everybody.
But a lot of people don't want to talk about the shit. They
That's
want
why
to
I
change the topic because they don't want to feel vulnerable.
Right.
I say fuck that.
Yeah.
Because you can actually save a life by opening up and have someone open up to you and be like, yo, I go through that
Damn,
shit. Damn,
if
real?
DP could get past that, how I can get past that.
And listen, to this day, I'm like, I never knew I was going to be doing music full time. I always had a job, from the shittiest jobs, like newspaper runs, McDonald's, you know, shit like that, to working for like Miramax Films, Harvey Weinstein and all that stuff before all the accusations, you know, all the accusations and all that. But yeah, I was just like, I saw how working for those companies, I saw how disposable people were. Like, it didn't matter how many years you were working for the company. You could have a family, mortgage, car notes. They let you go. You didn't meet up to the quota. They let you out of here. Pink Slip. And I was like, I'm not, yo, I remember I called up my man James and I was like, I want to do this music shit.
Yeah.
I feel like I wasted too much time. I want to fuck with this music shit. He's like, how so? I just want to do this music shit full time. Like, can you like prepare me for it? Like, what do I have to do? He's like, chill. And they make some phone calls. He called his man J Live.
That's my man right there.
That's my dude. That's my
I want to get J Live
right
on the show. So
he's phenomenal. I think he lives in ATL though.
Okay.
Yeah, but he comes back and forth. And so we did a test run. I think we did like the Knitting Factory and a couple of other events and shit. And Wes Jackson, who was managing him at the time, from Seven Heads, was like, I think you're a perfect fit. First tour. I quit my job. Out of here. And at the time, I went through a horrible breakup with this chick, and I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be around nobody. And my depression was kicking in heavy.
And you was like,
I let my facial hair grow in. I let my hair grow in. I was looking bummy. My clothes were all wrinkly. I ain't give a fuck. I was like, I didn't want to meet no chicks. I just want to go out there and just do hip hop. So I was out there with Ed O.G. and my man Fax One and J Live and Asheru. And we did our first European tour. We went all over that motherfucker. Everywhere. First tour.
Crazy.
For a month straight. We went everywhere. Everywhere. It was crazy. Then we came back and then we did a United States tour, East and West Coast. That shit was crazy. Yeah, man.
What I want to bring up, because when you're doing all the tours and stuff, what a lot of people don't know, well, the people that know this, but for the fans out there, DJ DP1 is one of the best DJs, as I said.
Thank you.
But not only that, he is an amazing B-boy.
I wouldn't say amazing.
Hold on.
Okay.
Don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me.
Thank you for that, but I would
listen. Hush. He would be doing a set on tour, on stage, whatever the case may be, and in the middle of his set, in the middle of a DJ battle, in the middle of whatever he's doing, he will go around the table and start breaking.
Listen, big shouts to Tony Touch and all the DJs that that get down. You know what I mean?
Right.
And dudes that were nice in multiple things. I came up. I'm cut from the cloth where you had to be nice at multiple things. I don't consider myself amazing at the b-boy shit, but like I love I love dance culture, and I love b-boying. I love music, and I was always around people that did a little bit of everything, from graffiti writing to poetry, emceeing, painting, dancing, whether it was house dancing, breaking, popping. Listen.
Don't even get into
popping.
That, because you're probably one of the people who used to gas me that I was good, and I actually really wasn't that good.
This dude is nasty.
They gassed me up to be in a dance group, and I actually did tours on this dance group and everything. It was
even Wiggles co-signed you. Even Wiggles is like, yo, my man Swell gets it in.
All right. Moving on.
Okay, but listen, as far as like dancing and shit, it was really, I was always very shy.
What I loved was that you incorporated it in your DJ sets. Like,
but wait. So quick history with that. It was, I remember going to Tompkins, I can't pronounce it, Tompkins Square Park in the city, in the Lower East Side. And I remember going there with Abigail.
Abigail.
Right?
Yeah.
From Domestic
But her real
Apes.
name was Abigail. I remember her.
Right.
Yeah.
And that I remember when I was DJing for Buddha Bar, I remember going to the Shelter.
Yeah, that was a super popping spot.
And Abigail was there with Mozzie and all of them, and that's how I met them. Right. And I gave them a flyer.
I was there for that.
So maybe I met you then.
Nah.
No. So I gave my flyer out, and they fucking came to Buddha Bar. And then we just got tight. And then I remember we started going. And then Mozzie was like, yo, I rhyme and all this shit. And we started going to New York Poets Cafe. And he was getting on the list. He would get on. He would crush it. I was like, yo, you get busy, bro.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, whatever. And then he was also nasty with ball. He was like playing ball and everything. Yeah. But anyway, I used to go to Tompkins Square Park with Abigail. Crazy Legs used to come through. Alien Ness used to come through.
Yeah.
This dude named Gato and all these OGs would come through.
These are all like
Dove.
big time original b-boys like
TCK Dove would come through. Ewok from Skill Methods would come through.
Yes.
Vaz from TCK. So we will all be up in the park practicing. My man Julio, all of us. I was garbage.
He just said in the park practicing. He's a DJ, y'all.
Practicing on cardboard, getting
Right.
crazy skin burns and shit.
Yeah.
And then I remember Abigail was like, I'm gonna start really getting it in. I'm gonna go hard with this shit.
Take this professional.
And I was like, for real? And I remember Legs would specifically come to the park and he would train her off to the side. They would do their own shit.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, she became Rocksteady.
Rocksteady
Short-lived, but she became Rocksteady.
Right.
And I saw the fire in her, and I was like, I want to do this shit. And I just kept on training.
And you put it into your routines and all that.
And I started getting nicer with the footwork. I started getting nicer with the top rock. I never really got nice with power. That's actually coming. I still feel young. And listen, if my man Quickstep at age 50 could still get down with his wife Rockefeller,
right,
then I still have time. And actually, I spoke to Quickstep from Full Circle and Fresh Kids, and he's
also a DJ.
He's also a fucking phenomenal DJ. We actually have our own party called Behind the Groove, which is that's his creation, and we're gonna do a Behind the Groove Halloween party coming up.
Dope.
On the 30th.
All right, so
at Brooklyn Zoo.
You started incorporating that into your shows, and it was so amazing to see you rocking, so skilled.
Full Circle was the first crew that I got down with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Full Circle, but not as a b-boy. I got down with Full Circle as a DJ because at the time, Shaky Shake from the Bronx was DJing for them, and then I guess his schedule wasn't lining up or whatever. And my man Baba Israel, the beatboxer, introduced me to Quickstep officially. I met them actually at Floretta's at the practice spot on Broadway in Manhattan, the b-boy practice spot. That was like the dojo and shit. But then I officially met them through Baba, and then they heard me, and then we started doing shows, and then they're the ones who like put the fire on my back to do theater.
Yeah.
Theater. I'm fucking acting.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? At the New Victory Theater and shit. We had like
crazy.
a 3-week run or some shit, solo powered. We would tour. They're the ones who took me to Japan for the first time.
Yeah, you've done so many things.
And then after that, over time, I kept up with the b-boy shit, and you know that's when I clicked up with G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe actually came through to Fat Beats when I used to work at Fat Beats with Ill Bill and
Q used to work there.
Q Unique, my man Seb One, a ton. Blowout used to work there too. So G.I. Joe came through with Static Selector.
Oh, of course.
Static Selector just moved to New York at the time. And G.I. Joe was like, yo, I don't really know too many people out here. I don't really know too many DJs. I gave him my number. Boom, boom, boom. We chopped it up. Next time he came through to visit, we clicked up, and I saw him break. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And then Quick was like, yo, this dude, he gets it in. And I come to find out he was one of the best B-boys at the time in Massachusetts and whatnot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And phenomenal fucking 1990s spinning. If you don't know what that is, like inverted spins on one hand, and
with your body
straight up, and then you cross your ankles. Fucking head spins for days, footwork for days, and then I was just like, yo, this dude's a monster. And then when I heard him on the turntables, I was like, this dude's he's one of a kind. Like, yo, this dude. Those are the type of dudes that I was around.
Who inspired you?
Yeah. I was around dudes like that. Just got they would get it in on all levels, on all different skill sets and all that shit. So that's what made me. And then over time, I ended up joining up with Supreme Beings and Step Fiends and Mighty Zulu Kings and Universal Zulu Nation and all that. You know what I mean?
Yo, so
I'm just trying to jam everything in.
Yeah. So we come from the golden era of hip hop, right?
Hell yeah.
Which was
we were lucky.
Yeah, and to me,
we're very lucky.
Without a doubt, the golden era of hip hop was the best era of hip hop, without a doubt.
Listen,
we all know this, and I don't care if you agree with me or not.
Yeah,
not you. I don't care if fans agree with me that golden era was the best era. But hold on, my question is to you: the music changed,
right?
And now we have like a whole different era of hip hop. We got like the trap music. We got all types of shit.
I'm not mad at it.
Which I was about to ask you.
Right.
As a DJ, going to the spots, catering to these crowds. How does that make you feel? Like, cause you come from the golden era.
Right. Well, before I decided to do music full time, he blessed me with the illest lesson. He was like, listen, you could either DJ for yourself, right? And play what you like only. Fuck what everyone else wants to hear. And you get a couple of gigs here and there and, whatever. You kind of force people to listen to what you want to play, and that's fine.
Right.
But
or
you can be a full-out entertainer and look upon it as a business and look upon it as you're providing a service, and people are going to want to hear some shit that you don't want to play. And in many cases, it's not going to be music that you like, but you're providing a service. So if you get hired to DJ a bat mitzvah or a bar mitzvah, you're going to be playing a lot of the pop mainstream music that I really don't care for. Some of it is cool, but I'm still going to put my own spin and twist on it because I feel like when it comes down to hip-hop culture, a lot of people get it twisted. Hip-hop in general is not a specific sound. You know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle.
It's a feeling.
It's a feeling. It's a culture.
Spirit. Yep.
It's the way you talk. It's the way you dress. It's the way you carry yourself. Your spiritual being.
Yes.
The knowledge.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then I could be playing a disco set, but I can still put a hip hop spin on it.
Right.
By how I'm manipulating the records and I'm doubling up and
this is what I'm talking
you
about.
Understand?
How so skilled you are. Like people don't understand that. Like
I appreciate that.
So
man.
you be like, no, I'm not all that. But then you just talk about the specifics on how you can spin like a disco record. I'm like,
I'm very fortunate. I mean, listen, coming up, being around the Alava family, being around my man Will, who changed his name to Chris Roberts, phenomenal house DJ. Coming up around my man China, phenomenal reggae DJ, Vandal, Enough,
Always
Blowout.
Homage,
I'm surrounded by greatness.
Right.
So like, it's all encompassing. You know what I'm saying? I absorb all that shit and I apply whatever I feel fits, and I just keep it pushing. Once my man Erickson, who goes by True Indeed, he introduced me to Pumpkinhead.
okay.
He used to have a group of Pumpkinhead called the Lyridroids.
Yep.
And they used to go from time to time to Enough's crib to record demos and shit. Right? I clicked with Pumpkinhead right away. That dude is the hip-hop ambassador. He's like the fucking mayor. He knows everybody. I can honestly say
his passing was so out of nowhere. It was just... He passed away, and one day to the next.
A lot of us are still fucked up.
Yeah, it's still
it's
in the now.
a huge loss.
I was showing some of my friends his hip hop battles and all. Yeah, he
I
was
mean,
just
from throwing events to
putting out records and battling, and he was
putting the, he was pretty much the all spark.
Right.
In a lot of people, like he would put the battery in a lot of people's backs. That even myself, like he helped with my confidence. Like, yo, D, come on, man, like you good, like stop, like, cause I will always be like, oh, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. He was so mad
at me when I told him I'm done with hip hop. I put the pen down.
Yeah.
He was so mad at me. Gave me this whole speech, and there was like a huge performance going on that we were supposed to go there to watch.
Right.
And instead of watching that, he was just in my ear like, yo, you're great. He was just
passionate.
That guy. Yeah, he was so passionate, so mad at me.
It was music or death. It was like, there was no in between. You know what I'm saying? And phenomenal father.
Yeah.
He inspired me on so many different levels and shit. So
Rest in peace.
His passing is just like, to this day, is like a huge part of me kind of like died with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have a gaping hole and shit, because it's like, there's so much that we wanted to accomplish. Listen, we never went on a tour.
Right. And you worked with him so much, but
one of my favorite projects that I'm proud to say that I was a part of was Orange Moon over Brooklyn. Big shouts to my man Marco Polo. Phenomenal producer. He produced all the beats. I did all the scratches. And
it was such a great album.
It was, that album was fucking fire, and we were supposed to be off to the races with that shit. You know what I'm saying? We were supposed to be on tours. I don't know what the fuck happened. The budget wasn't there, and and then he was forced to choose to use other DJs from other countries because he couldn't afford to take me with him.
Right.
And we would be super depressed about it. And he was like, yo, don't worry about it. We're going to stack our chips up. We're going to make it happen.
Right.
And he would be a little salty when, you know, when I would get all the other show gigs like DJing for J Live or Estelle or John Legend or Lauryn Hill, and the list goes on and on, Immortal Technique. He'll be like, you still my DJ though. I'm like, yeah, of course. I tell people this.
Right.
But it's just like, it just never worked out. And I just feel like, damn, man, you know, we got cheated. We got cheated and shit. So
he's in a better place.
Yeah.
So no more pain. That's the
Right.
only way we get to see it. You know
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Voodoo Ray and
Voodoo Ray, crazy, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Ronnie.
Sean Price.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So many legends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
In the music industry. All right. Listen. Before
Majesty.
We, before we wrap it up, I wanna ask you a few questions. Yeah. All right. Music does not exist. DJing does not exist. We never heard it before.
Right.
What is music? The word music doesn't even exist anymore.
Okay.
What would you be doing in life?
I have no fucking clue.
Come on. Think about what are your hobbies? Like, no hip hop. Music doesn't even exist.
Okay. Real shit. I tried all these different jobs. I love sports, but I fucking suck at every single one of them.
I do too.
I'm not good at nothing. Nothing. You want to win? Do not put me on a team because you will fucking lose unless you need an extra person and winning to you is not really a thing or something you take serious.
So what would DP want
I have no
doing?
idea. Listen, I told you I battled depression all my life.
And music is
I
what
grew up.
saved
I
you.
grew up in a household with domestic violence. Okay, my father used to drink. He used to do He used to do some other stuff.
Right,
whatever.
right.
I'm not gonna blow him up. Him and my mom would go at it. My mom raised me, you know, by herself from the age of like 6 onward. I didn't really spend a lot of time with family. You know what I'm saying? So my street family became my family.
Right.
You guys.
Right.
Straight real shit.
100%.
I have tons of aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters that are not blood related.
Right.
I have more family that I'm tighter with like that than my actual blood family.
Right.
I come from a huge family though, especially on my father's side. Huge. But we don't keep in contact with each other like that. I think since my parents split, people started favoring sides and that was that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it sucks because the kids suffer, right? It wasn't until music, because mind you, I was around music from young, but I never really appreciated it for real.
Right. Until it got into your soul and all of that. Yeah.
I think it was always there, but like once I started to like do some research and I started to get exposed to like all these talented individuals and like all these different genres and what they were called and the significance, the meaning behind each genre and shit like that, and like the
Because
trendsetters.
music is an emotion. Music is an emotion.
Right.
Right.
So and then when it feels good and it's dope and it's quality,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, it's like
It could get you hype. It can make you cry. It can make you fight
right.
somebody.
It can channel all different types of,
Right.
you know,
The,
emotions.
so the answer
But- and
always
when
comes back to music, even if it didn't exist.
If you stripped away music from me, I don't know, man. I mean, right now, the only thing I could say, my son.
Obviously, yeah.
My son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But before
But
my son,
but I'm not talking about. I'm talking about what would you be doing? What would you be? What would you be occupation like?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm stumped. I don't know.
That's why I asked it.
I don't know because to me,
I always get them right, Chico.
music is my life. Music is me.
Right.
You take that. Me and music are one. That's what makes me. You know, that's the embodiment of what Daniel Piñero
Right.
is. Aníbal Piñero. You know what I'm saying? Like DP1 is that.
Right.
And you take the music away, it's like, what the fuck? Why am I here? I
Right.
mean, obviously now I'm
Right,
here for
yeah,
my
yeah.
son, but besides
life.
that, you know, so it's just like now I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. Big shouts to my big brother DJ Enough. He put the battery in my back to start my own business.
There you go.
HDC
There you go.
Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Since 2014, I gotta really put more work into like my thing ain't really promoting and marketing, but I gotta step it up or whatever. But anyway, I got my own company, you know, offering DJ services, anything entertainment, performing, bands, staging, art design, flyer design, everything. You know, audio equipment, lighting equipment.
Anything anybody needs, they can always
anything
come to
regarding entertainment. It's a one-stop hub. You know, and I'll try to make it happen. You know, in many cases, I will make it happen unless, like, you don't got the budget. Right. A lot of people want the bells and whistles. I want this, that. For $500, I'll be like, can't help you, man. You know what I mean? So,
all right. So, look, this is the last question.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easier than the first one.
Yeah.
What's your favorite cartoon?
Oh, man. My favorite cartoon? Damn.
Hurry up!
There's several. I would have to say Transformers, yo. Transformers, my brother. Transformers, which goes kind of hand in hand. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But I mean, kung fu movies.
No, we're just talking about cartoons.
But I'm just saying, Sundays, kung fu movies.
Right.
Fucking Transformers, G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
You know, He-Man, Thundercats.
Yep.
All that shit.
So if DP1 had his own cartoon, what would it be? Funny? Would it be action? What would it be called?
Sin Pelo.
Your cartoon would be called Sin Pelo? What would the character look like? Would it be an animal?
I don't know. Cómico Sin Pelo. I don't know. All I know is, that you brought up something that it's important. Laughter.
Yes.
That helps with depression.
Yes.
I always find a reason to laugh, even if it's at myself.
Right.
I laugh at myself, my mistakes, you know, my fuck ups, you know, failed relationships, you know, failed attempts, jobs, whatever. And I used to beat myself up about that shit, but then I started embracing it, and once I did, my life just became so much more amazing, because I'm just like, you know, when you hear all the success stories out there, you only hear about the success stories. You don't hear about the failures, the trials and tribulations, the hurdles, the leaps, all that shit that people went through. You know what I'm saying? And you have to embrace that, because it's a part of the process, becoming successful. You know what I'm saying? You have to take challenges. You cannot be afraid of fucking up. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who gives a shit? People are going to laugh at me. The trolls are going to make fun of me. Eat a dick. I don't give a fuck.
I personally think that if you don't have a hater, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
I personally think if you don't have haters not liking you and all of that shit, then you're really not popping.
Listen, a lot of the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, a lot of these motherfuckers are living double lives. You know what I'm saying? Their real lives, they hate. They're not happy.
Right.
They're not happy with
but
the person that they're with. On social media, they're popping bottles. They're flashing their chains. They're throwing money in the bar and splurging. Driving all these cars with these chicks, whatever. But they're not happy.
Right.
They're not happy. You know what I'm saying? People, with my boo, this, that, whatever. They're not happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I know. I was once married. I was happy. A lot of the pictures that we posted, me and my ex, we were happy. A lot of times I was unhappy because I was trying to make the shit work.
What I love about that is that you just figured it out, man. You picked it up and you're doing so many big things and many big tours and so many gigs.
Listen, I'm in my early 40s, okay? Probably, it gives it away with the receding hairline and the fucking salt and pepper and shit, and then the salt and peepa down below. You know what I mean? But yo, on some real shit though, like I really feel like y'all motherfuckers gonna see like me in my prime now. I don't know what it is. I'm getting goosebumps as I talk about it, but I really feel like right now I'm going to be on top of my fucking game. Like I'm not even
which
gonna.
To me, you always been. So for you to say that is blown away to me, because I'm like, he's already been at the top of his game whenever I seen him.
I will say I achieved a lot of greatness up to this point, but I feel like now
so much more.
It's gonna be.
There's so much more, and
crazy.
It's endless. It's
crazy.
Endless. Success is endless.
The next 10, 15 years is gonna be fucking crazy.
D, how can people find you to continue that greatness?
I pretty much kept everything simple. From the website to all the social media platforms is at DJDPONE. At DJ DPONE. And then my entertainment company is HDEC Entertainment. And the social media handle is at HDEC718. At HDEC718. So you got any upcoming gigs, you want to get a price quote. I mean, I'm talking about we could turn an empty room into a club. You know what I'm saying? Furniture, all that shit. You got, as long as you got the bread, as long as you got the bread, we can make it happen. And I'm a heavy hitter. You know what I'm saying? So I got access to the whole crew. So you trying to book any of the members, trust me, you book it through me, I'll get you a better rate because that's my crew. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's that. But yeah, man, it's, you know, I'm so proud of you too, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Because I'm not gonna get into it, but you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
You've been through a lot, and you're a proud father. You're an awesome dad. You know what I'm saying? You're making your money. You're traveling the world. You're family man. You know what I'm saying? You're still skilled. I don't give a fuck. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether you want to do the shit or not, you're fucking phenomenal at what you do. When you get on the mic, you got bars. You spit from the heart. Your energy, you're one of a kind. You're second to none. Right. You're arsonist forever. You light shit up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of your progression and where you're at in life. You know what I'm saying? You always keep yourself humble but swole. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Right. And you take care of yourself. You're a jokester. You know what I'm saying? But you also know when to be serious. And I love the balance, and you inspire me to walk that same path. Thank of you, like, just no matter whatever hardship you go through. I don't know why we go through this shit. I don't feel like we were single-handedly picked to suffer more than the other person. It's just lessons that we didn't learn. So then that shit just comes back again. And you're just like, why me, why me, why me? But what we fail to realize is that the mind is magnetic. So even though you don't want certain things in your life, you're going to attract all the things you don't want. Because you're putting all your energy into the shit you don't want versus the things that you do want. Right? And you're proof of it. Yeah. Because you changed your mindset. And you started attracting all the things that you wanted versus all the things you didn't want. And what did you get? All the things you wanted, right? Yep. All the things that you didn't want started to go away because you didn't give no light on it. You didn't talk about it. You didn't give no.
Universe was listening.
Right, and the universe is not biased and it doesn't discriminate. It gives you what you ask for. So if you're saying, I don't want toxicity, I don't want stress, I don't want this, that, bro, that's all you talk about. So that's what you're gonna get. I don't want to be sick, and you're gonna be sick. I don't want to be broke. You're going to be broke. I don't want to, you're going to get what you don't want. Yeah. Versus, I want an abundance of health and fortune. I want to break the chain and learn how to conduct proper business so I could create generational wealth and, you know, teach my family to believe in themselves and to be entrepreneurs and to own land. And you know what I'm saying? You think like that, and you surround yourself around people that think like that. You can't lose, Chico. Man. And you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna fail. Like one thing after a time, but you gotta pick yourself up and keep it pushing. Because if you give up just because you failed, that's weakness, man. You know what I'm saying?
Chico, can you imagine DP speaking at a regional at the events and all that? He would be killing it.
Yo,
man.
I just started hosting events. Like, that's something new. That's like new terrain to me. Like I hosted my first DJ battle for the Supreme Beings anniversary at Mercury Lounge, and heads were like, yo, you kind of did your thing. And I was like, really? I was stuttering like crazy and shit. It was like, yo, you did your thing, man. You were like speaking from the heart. I was like, all right, fuck it. Then my man Rolly Roll, he recently had me host my first table turns. Never in my wildest dreams I would have thought I would have fucking hosted. I would have been a host for Table Turns, which is one of it's a legendary open turntable event. Like, you sign up, like an open mic, you sign up, and all the DJs from all different skill sets come through, and they do their thing and whatnot. And we just had one that just passed, and I have fun, man. And I guess this is something
There's so
new.
much more coming for you, man.
Yeah, listen, I'm trying to step up everything from my spirituality to my health. You're gonna see me working out more, bulking up. You know what I'm saying? Getting rid of this little beep out here. Stepping up my bars. Stepping up my knowledge on the music production. Putting my own events together. fucking dancing, everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm so proud. How long have you been doing this podcast?
This is the 5th.
Congratulations, man.
I think this is the 5th episode.
Listen, it's a huge honor for you to have called me directly to be on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I needed the world to hear your story, man.
I mean, there's so much more, but we don't.
We can be here. That's another story because we can be here for till next week.
Yeah, right. So, but this is. You know,
I just wanted to get the highlights of your life, man.
Listen, there's so much more. There's so much more. All I know is that it boils down to balancing my energy and becoming a better version of myself each day so that everyone else could benefit, from my girl to my son to my moms, my friends, and just achieving greatness, embracing failure, fuck being embarrassed, and fucking laugh.
That's right.
Make jokes. Laugh at yourself. If you can't laugh at yourself, man, come on, B. You gotta be able to laugh
at myself.
You gotta be able to laugh at yourself and all your shortcomings.
If Q Unique was here, he'd be telling you the illest, embarrassing stories
of
me. He got stories on me forever, bro.
Q Unique takes me to fucking Bogota, Colombia. First time. I just recently got Serato. I think I just recently quit the Lauryn Hill gig and shit. He's over here. We on the plane. He's over here like, yo, so what's up with that Serato software? You like it? You feel comfortable with it? It's like, I can't really say too much about it. I just got it. I'm trying to learn how to troubleshoot with this shit, whatever. But for the most part, I like it. He's like, yo, man, because, the DJ that I had before you, he was using that shit. He was at a show, and it shit started glitching up. I was like, yo, why are we talking about this shit right now? He's like, yo, we about to do a show, and you over here. And he's like, yo, but I'm saying, I was like, yo, let's not even talk about that shit. So we get to Bogota, Colombia. There was no time to sound check. There was a dope-ass dancers, B-boys and shit getting it in. They introduce us. He's the headliner for that day. J. Rue was the headliner for the following day. I only had time to rush onto the stage, put my needles on, slap the records on, fire up the laptop, connect the USB, load up the song. They already introduced us. I'm ready to play the first song. I load up the first song. The fucking folders start shuffling through themselves on their own.
One thing people don't know about Q Unique is he is a nervous wreck. If something is not going right, if something is not going right, you're gonna know.
DP,
oh my
was good.
I'm so happy I was not there.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, yo, he fucking jinxed me. So I'm like, yo. So I try to load up. Load up the song again. It loads up, but as I go to play it, it starts shuffling through the folders, and it just picks out some random fucking song, like some fucking Enrique Iglesias or some shit, some wild shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Luckily, I had the show CD in my bag. He didn't tell me to bring it.
Dope.
I had it on me in my bag. And I said, I was quick on my feet. I was like, CDJ. They got me a CDJ.
That's a professional DJ right there.
I did not know the show order, and I don't really know his lyrics like that.
Right.
So, but Q Unique is such a fucking beast. Yeah. All of you guys are.
A robot. He's
a
this
machine. Dude does not need help with the ad-libs. He doesn't need a hype man.
Nothing.
Yo, I literally with my own eyes, I popped in the CD. People were throwing shit at us already. Someone hit him in the arm with like a bottle or some shit. I'm not lying. Q Unique would tell you. Some people started booing and shit. Because, this Bogota, Colombia, they don't really got money like that. And we're in the fucking soccer field. Like 30,000 people, some big ass festival and shit. Anyway, fucking get the show going. There was a runway. He literally walks down the runway and they're fucking screaming. They're fucking pulling on his jeans like on some rock star shit. I'm like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Yo, we tore that shit down. Well, I didn't really do much. I just played the track. He tore that shit the fuck down. And then I did my routine, my It Takes Two routine on vinyl. And it skipped a little bit, but it still came out cool, representing hip-hop, representing the DJ culture, whatever. Listen.
Q Unique is he's a monster?
He's a monster. He crushed it.
On another level.
Professionalism at its best.
So you have a professional artist and a professional DJ together at a professional show. That's bonkers.
Bonkers, right? One of the illest memories to date. But when I tell you, when my adrenaline wore off, I got so fucking sick from the stress. I got nauseous. I had a fucking pounding migraine. It felt like a little midget with a mallet over my eye, like bang, bang, bang. I was like, what the fuck? I was sensitive to light. I was nauseous. We were supposed to go out for the after party. There was some dudes from Venezuela who was doing the after party and shit. I ended up not going. I was in a hotel room with my fucking face like covered with a pillow because I couldn't hear or see. I couldn't hear a sound or see any light. I was fucking sick. This was at that Q
show?
This was after the show. I went straight to the hotel, and I couldn't link up with no chicks, nothing. I was done.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up here.
Thanks, Q. But I found out what it was when I got to the States. I found out what it was. But I was like, man, what the fuck? But yeah, man, I have a lot of stories like that. Oh, I remember I shitted on myself.
Shut up. I actually did that.
That's a fucking puerco. I ate like 10 slices of pizza. I was with Pumpkinhead and Bad Seed, and we was with some chicks and shit. We was in the van. And it was late night, and all the restaurants were closed, and I had the bubble guts, and I was like, yo, y'all motherfuckers need to pull over. It's like, pull over where? Everything's closed. I was like, y'all need to fucking pull over right now. I got out of the van, all over myself, all over my Adidas swishies, my hands.
Yeah, I got
and I had to get in the van like that.
Yeah, I got stuff.
And then they took me. I was embarrassed. There was chicks in the fucking van with us. We were on tour. Like, oh my god. Yo, I went back to the hotel feeling like a piece of shit, literally. And I had to take a shower. I threw out all my clothes. It was disgusting, man. I got tons of stories like that.
Listen, everybody, tune in to the Wordplay Podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud. This is DP1,
aka The Blessing.
You know what I'm saying? Very happy for all you people who have their own attire. I want to rock it on the show. Hit me up, man. Hit me up. Thank you. Thank you for listening into the Wordplay Podcast.
They know where to find you, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Swellicus at IG. Well, IG at Swellicus, SWELACUS, or Swell Lopez at Facebook.
Yo, big shouts to our cameraman. What's his name?
Chico,
salute, King.
Chico, he's the one who, like, I'm actually going to be doing an episode with Chico, like,
nice.
Specifically on him and on this whole adventure that I'm doing.
That's
because without him and Noah setting this up, I would not be doing it.
This is beautiful, man.
Yeah,
I saw a glimpse of your last interview.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm looking forward to this shit. We gonna
appreciate that, man.
It's gonna be crazy.
Thank you so much, y'all. Peace.
Wanna grab the mic because you Thursday.